In the new doctrine system, you have one main doctrine, mobile warfare, superior firepower, grand battle plan, and mass assault, and 4 sub-doctrines, which are always the same regardless of your main doctrine. Therefore, the only thing that matters for us in the main doctrine system is the bonuses they specifically provide. For those purposes, the only 2 choices you will have in the vast majority of games are between superior firepower for defensive and ground battle plan for offensive builds. Superior firepower gives a great amount of recovery rate and a decent amount of orc, which is perfect for mass mob-like builds. GBP gives planning and coordination, which are both very useful, with coordination specifically having been buffed for tank builds, more on that later. Now let's get to the 4 sub-doctrines. For the infantry subpath, the best choice will be mobile infantry for your tank build, due to the high orc it delivers for your tanks. The best choice for most inf builds will be large unit tactics, especially in SP. It gives a strong combat width reduction while also providing a lot of other benefits. There are few exceptions to this though, in cases where you won't have enough defense on your infantry, like under red air and on bad terrain. With, for example, the Soviets, Great War Infantry will most likely be the best infantry doctrine. The second sub-doctrine is artillery and combat support. For your tank build, in multiplayer you wanna most likely go mobile recon and assault due to the extra breakthrough and heart attack. While in single player or in less competitive lobbies, you will be better off with self-propelled support. For your inf build, this section really doesn't matter all that much, as the line RT is still garbage despite all the bonuses it was given, and most given modifiers don't really affect your inf too much. In multiplayer, the anti-tank frontline could be pretty useful though, and perhaps field engineering for defensive infantry builds with engineers, but again, these are not really that important. The armor sub-doctrine is surprisingly only important for your tank builds, with the best choice being tank destroyer force by a wide margin, in multiplayer that is at least. The initiative gain on heavy TDs is just insane, resulting in faster planning, almost instantaneous reinforcements, and almost a 90% coordinated hit share, which is really insane. That combined with also all of the other modifiers, the best heart attack modifiers, makes this doctrine just a no-brainer for your multiplayer TD builds. In single player, you can also very well go for this. It will definitely work. Or you can do something like streamlined deployment. In general, for SP, I would recommend looking into SPGs in the new update, especially with a self-propelled support on the second doctrine click. They will probably be very Thanos in single player, very overpowered. I did a quick test today and I saw you can get like 1500 base soft attack relatively easily. So yeah, that's definitely worth checking out. The last sub-doctrine is operations. All offensive builds should go for ground assault. It gives 20% planning and a lot of orc and break, which makes it the best operations doctrine for any type of offensive build really. For defensive infantry builds, you can choose to either go deep battle to get a mass mob like infantry. For countries that need the manpower, you may look into going for desperate defense. Either way, all of your defensive infantry will from now on need signal companies in every single division, I think, because otherwise you just won't have a reinforced rate. Even if you go deep battle, the extra 10 reinforced rate will make it feel a lot more like the old mass mob infantry, but it's still not quite as much reinforced rate. So yeah, and tanks got heavily buffed, so I think you will need signals almost always. Before I end the video, I want to quickly go over how you actually best grind the doctrines. Once you unlock a sub-doctrine, you can start grinding masteries over training. Therefore, in the current meta, you need to rush as much army XP as possible, as early as possible. The operations sub-doctrine takes the relative longest to upgrade, so you're well advised with unlocking that one first. To grind armored units or artillery, whatever you need, for the second one you need to grind artillery, for the third one you need to grind armored units. And to do that without actually losing that valuable equipment, you want to spam out a bunch of pure infantry and then change them into a tank template with the tanks turned off. Or, you could also do it with artillery or whatever unit type you need to grind. It doesn't really matter. The principle is the same. This way, you will just lose guns and not actually the valuable equipment. What is important to mention, though, is the initial infantry equipment or the initial infantry division that you are training has to be big enough so that if you convert it to the tank or artillery or whatever unit, that unit is still level 2, because you only actually grind masteries if the units are level 2. Anyways, that would be it for today. I tried to wait a bit to see how the MP meta develops before uploading this, but sadly the new patch makes big multiplayer lobbies unplayable due to some sort of screw up on Paradox's part. But I don't want to keep you guys waiting any longer. If some big changes happen from this initial state, I will make sure to keep you guys updated over the comment section. And if they are big enough to justify redoing the video, then I'll do that. Anyways, thanks for watching and goodbye.